Hilarious. Funny. Life is funny.
First of all, your birthday. Happy belated birthday.
It was really eventful because it was 3 days after I became an American citizen.
Wow, what a gift.
I know, especially during the time of the pandemic. I had put my application in 2019, and my appointment was for 2 days after they shut everything down in March. My lawyer said to me, well, we'll just wait and see what happens. And I said, okay, I just really want to vote for the election. That's one of the most important things. And she said to me, there's only so much we can do. We'll just be patient. I was in Canada with my family, and I got an email from the lawyer saying, your appointment now is August 17th in New York. So we got up really early. We flew to New York. We went out to Long Island. We drove there. I had my appointment, and I had a terrific officer. She was wonderful. Her name was August. A few tricky questions, but I passed everything. And then I was sworn in, which was very emotional. I didn't expect that because I've lived in the United States and worked in the United States, and it's been my home for so long. And like it becomes your adopted home, but you always go back and have your home, and what's usually where your roots are, your family are. And to finally have an opportunity to vote in a country that I love meant so much more. And when I raised my hand, I got a big lump in my throat, and I had to stop a few times because it moved me so deeply. So when I came out, my partner Russ took a picture, which I put online, saying, a new citizen ready to vote. And then we drove home and had a very simple dinner, and we celebrated the whole week. It was a great birthday, unexpectedly, so much more than a 64th birthday should be.
All right, let's talk about Filthy Rich.
Okay. Turn the page.
It's funny. You became, quote unquote, filthy rich in America before you became a citizen.
That's true. Well, fortunately, it's not filthy rich. It's filthy rich implies to me ill-gotten gains in a way. And I know how hard I've worked and how much I've enjoyed it, but also how hard I've worked. And in some ways, what, you have to give up to want to have a successful career in any industry, especially in our age group.
You may or may not agree with me, but Margaret and Samantha are related some ways.
Oh, tell me.
They both very strong.
Yes.
Very powerful. They both play a little bit on their feminine side.
Yes.
Don't you agree?
I think they use their femininity, but Margaret never uses her sexuality. And she came from just this real ambitious Southern girl who met this man who was from money and family. And she was very pretty, and she used those feminine wiles, but underneath it, she had a plan of what she wanted. And she channeled him, and he channeled her. They became more powerful than they could ever imagine. But she has to control. She's so controlling because that's how she got to where she is.
Do you handle shock like she does?
Some people have a real difficult time to differentiate between a character they're known for, or whatever. People want you to be that character, or they want you to embody those traits, positive or negative. But I've always seen what I do as a job, a fantastic job. I don't get wrapped up in what I want it to be. And especially as I get older, I see it for what it is. And that allows me to have a better life.
How do you feel about Sex and the City surviving to this day?
It's extraordinary because when I look back on that period of time, 9/11 happened. But anything in the past, especially I feel as a woman, that's brought women further along, I have an attachment to it. And I think that it was one of those incredible moments, we hit the zeitgeist. People closed down sexually, especially women. They were terrified about sexuality, to talk about sexuality. So to reflect, something that had been taboo for almost a decade in a new millennium was so exciting and so fresh. And Samantha was always Aphrodite, which was come, enjoy, fill yourself up, gorge yourself. And it's part of who you are. It's God-given. It's not sinful. And no amount of judgment in that character. It was very freeing. It was intimidating to play because I don't own a lot of those personality traits. I was brought up very English, very repressed in a lot of ways, certainly sexually. I was more involved with armoring up as a woman and becoming, our generation, more like a man to exist in a workplace than I was about really incorporating, yes, I can be feminine, I can be sexy, I can be intelligent, I can be all of those things and in the workplace. And now it was, no, dress up, be good to yourself. I love you, but I love me more is the mantra for one of the mantras of the show, and certainly a mantra, Samantha's mantra, starts with me. And then I can be able to give. You can't make other people happy or content or fulfilled unless you yourself are in that position. So I think there's something very wonderful about looking back and escaping too, especially when things are so dire and frightening. I think that if the series had gone on longer, I think the fear was that we would be repeating ourselves. And the films were fantasies. It was exciting and different and something to hold on to for enjoyment.
Well, I have something. This is a birthday gift that I would love to share with you if you were here. You know what it is? This is a bottle of Hungarian wine from the Tokaj region, and it's the king of wines and the wine of kings.
Beautiful, beautiful color. You too. Bye.